from WAVY.com.
At least 25 people dead, $1 billion in damage, 2.5 million people without power. Hurricane Isabel was a weakening Category 2 storm when it made landfall Thursday, September 19th. But what Isabel left behind and took away will strongly affect our area for years to come.
Winds whooshed away landmarks, turned trees into scraps and lumber, down power lines, and left hundreds of roads impassable. Tidal flooding washed away businesses, boats, homes, and hopes. Storm surge swept beautiful beaches, oceanfront hotels, even a huge part of Hampton Roads history out to sea.
As hurricanes go, Isabel wasn't a particularly powerful storm, but its punch was enough to cripple the Virginia and North Carolina coastlines. Welcome back now to the third hour of this special edition of WAVY News 10.
And for those of you who are now watching us on Fox 43, this is Hurricane Isabel, help, hope, and healing.
We're showing you the stories and images of Isabel while raising money for those still hurt the most.
And we'll begin again with Fox 43 anchor David Nelson, who takes us through the storm hour by hour.
This is WAVY News 10.
Good morning and welcome to WAVY News 10 special coverage of Hurricane Isabel.
September 18th, 2003, 8 o'clock in the morning. Special coverage of Hurricane Isabel has begun. The storm is still miles at sea, but already 18,000 Hampton Roads customers have lost power. It's only the beginning.
Number one, you can see the center of the storm right here, located about 120 miles to the south-southeast of Cape Hatteras.
WAVY News 10 reporters are on the air and darn near in the air. Rona Williams in Norfolk.
These winds are picking up. I would say they have to be about 50 miles an hour.
Tracy Moynihan at the oceanfront.
We've been covering this all morning. Photographer Walter Hildebrand and I having a hard time holding on here. We're going to go right out to the surf if we can. You can see it is coming up. We're close to Rudy Inlet. The waves are crashing over there.
Lowell Melser in Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina.
The first power lines are starting to weeble and wobble with the wind, and of course, you know, as the wind gets harder and harder, those power lines. Excuse me, I'm there for wiping the lens. We got a lot of rain out here. As soon as the winds get harder and harder, you know, those power lines are eventually going to snap.
9 a.m.
Now, the center of the hurricane is going to make landfall right into here, and that'll have 100-mile-an-hour winds, gusts much higher than that, and that's where we usually look to things. However, we're going to see a smear of winds all the way on up the coastline.
10:12 a.m. Andy Fox interviews a nervous resident via telephone from Hatteras, North Carolina, an area that's about to be decimated.
Tell me the psyche of someone who lives on Hatteras going through all of these hurricanes. I mean, you can't even count all the hurricanes you've been through, I bet.
Oh, yeah. Been through a few of them since I've been here in '94, but the thing of it is, it's hard to judge. Just got to wait on the weather, that's all.
No one would wait very long. By 10:15 a.m., 100,000 customers have no power. Patty Colhane reports on oceanfront visitors who have no fear.
These are just regular folks. Some of them are media, but for the most part, these are just locals who came out to watch the storm. I can't say that that's the smartest thing to do, but it is something to see, and I guess they wanted to see it for themselves.
11:31 a.m.
But now we want to check in once again at the oceanfront.
All right, our Mary Kay Maloney has been covering stories for us there. Mary Kay, what can you tell us?
Hey, we are at Rudy Inlet right now by the docks here. Look at this. The water has come up over the docks and into the parking lot, flooding this parking lot, probably 6 to 8 inches of water in the parking lot now. And
Virginia Beach, 12:37 p.m.
But this has been one of the shots of the day. This is the pier. You can see all sorts of damage to the pier as the winds are bashing it, and also the waves, Don had mentioned earlier, possibly 15 to 18 feet high. Look at that crashing into the pier.
Portsmouth, 12:38 p.m.
Kay, can you hear us now?
Yes, I can hear you guys.
Okay, describe what's going on out there.
Well, actually, this entire area was our parking lot. Anybody at home now can see the water coming through. We sit on Wavy Street, which is near Port Center Parkway here in Portsmouth. Now, Joel's going to show you the amphitheater right here, the Portsmouth Amphitheater, the Entellus Pavilion. You can see that part of just the wind, the force of the wind has started to shred the back part of that. I'm not sure if you can see that in your camera point, but the back part of it has already begun to shred. You can see there are a lot of cables trying to tie it down, but the wind is very unforgiving out here.
Governor Warner gives a live statewide update at 2:30 in the afternoon. Most never see it because they've lost power. 4:33 p.m. Suffolk is suffering.
I'm going to try to open the door here to get outside, and it takes a little bit of effort, and I've got to be careful so it doesn't absolutely get away from me. And this is what we're having in Suffolk right now. You can see the driving rain. It's actually been falling in a zigzag pattern.
A long day wears on at 7:15 p.m.
But it is still pretty bad out here, and I'm not sure when it's going to let up, but everybody's just sort of waiting. Now that it's getting dark, it's actually getting a little bit spooky.
By 10 p.m., Isabel was no longer a hurricane. It was a tropical storm, and it was on its way out.
This storm, huge, covering much of the East Coast, but we are on the tail end of this duck headed northwestward. In fact, we're beginning to see just a little bit of clearing every now and then.
David Nelson, WAVY News 10.
And from the moment Isabel approached our coast, hundreds of thousands of people started to feel her wrath.
Lights flickered out, air conditioners stopped humming, and soon close to 2 million customers were left in the dark in the highest power outage Virginia and North Carolina had ever seen.
Well, tonight, 10 dark days after the storm, many are still without electricity. WAVY News 10's Kay Young shines some light on Hurricane Isabel's powerful destruction.
Isabel's wind and rain moved into North Carolina and Virginia with a vengeance on Thursday, September 18th. From the beginning, her power knocked out electricity.
We have more than 100,000 Virginia Power customers without electricity this morning. That is going to get worse and worse as the day progresses.
Most people did not wake up to find the electricity on.
We've been without power since 10 a.m. yesterday.
More than 1.8 million people lost power. Still, day two was a time where neighbors encouraged and helped one another.
Nobody has power, so we might as well all hang out together and be miserable together, I guess.
Really, I had to get out of the house, but I got to do something today, so I figured we'd come out, check out the place, and see if we could help out.
Residents lined up around the building at local supermarkets for ice.
Just let it go. We without power for about 3 days now, and freezer, we trying to start the freezer up, keep some meat fresh.
But I mean, there's so many power lines down that nobody around here had power. I mean, it was just bad.
The power situation continued to be bad for hundreds of thousands. Sunday, day 4, communities worshipped in the dark.
Well, I think we need to thank God for the many blessings that we have our lives, and many of us still have our houses, and could have been a lot worse.
11,000 crews from around the country kept working. Hundreds of thousands kept waiting by candlelight.
I've been cooking on the grill. Last night I made pizzas on the grill. It can be done. Tonight we had hamburgers and hot dogs, and I took a pie that we had and stuck that in there, and it turned out pretty good too.
In my room it gets pretty dark. I don't have a nightlight or anything. I'm not afraid of the dark.
Some people may be getting frustrated because it might be dark where they are, and then they look right across the street and realize that their neighbors already have electricity. By day 6, the darkness has become too familiar. Even the employees working to restore power are tired of living without electricity. On the 8th day without power, things were not getting any easier. This was the day when Dominion Virginia Power said 75% of customers would have electricity. That still left thousands without it.
Well, you know, like the first 5 days, you didn't even see a Vepco truck nowhere. I mean, I didn't see nothing nowhere. And then yesterday they came out and worked on it, and they got some power back right ahead, but we still didn't get ours till, we still ain't got it.
Most students in the area were heading back to class as schools opened their doors, but plenty of parents were outraged because their families were still living without electricity. In many areas like the Holland portion of Suffolk, no power meant no water, since it could not be pumped from wells.
I cannot pack my kids a lunch because I have no food in my refrigerator, cannot bathe them, I cannot wash their clothes to send them to school, and I'm not sending my kids to school filthy and hungry.
Day 9, September 26th, a week and a half since Isabel.
Power crews continue to work feverishly to get electricity fully restored.
The latest numbers show overall in North Carolina and Virginia, just more than 300,000 are without power. In Tidewater, that number's almost half that total at 142,000.
9 days without electricity, and thousands are still waiting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Kay Young, WAVY News 10.
Here's what's coming up on Hurricane Isabel: health, hope, and healing.
We really had dolphins in our parking lot.
No hot water to take a shower.
We've had to throw out all our food.
I can't talk, but we suffered severely.
How old are you?
5.
You're 5. Are you hungry?
I call it the hurricane diet because it blows.
We lost trees, we lost some damage in our neighborhood, but didn't have anything major. But just a few blocks away, people had trees through their roofs. There are people without power just 2 blocks from my house yet, so I feel blessed, and we just want to share some of the blessings.
The good will come out in most people in situations like this.
Well, we've had to like go over to someone's house to wash our clothes, someone else's house to get showers, and we've been just trying to make do.
Think a newspaper is the best way to find a great deal on a new Dodge truck? At Virginia Beach Dodge and Greenbrier Dodge, that's half right. Their ad is our ad. Bring us the lowest price from any newspaper in the country. We'll beat the price or give you $100. Virginia's best prices and biggest selection of new Dodge vehicles. And great prices on used cars and trucks. Virginia Beach Dodge and Greenbrier Dodge, where their ad is our ad.
I want wireless that makes sense.
I want the most minutes where I use them the most. I want roaming.
I want roaming and nationwide long distance.
I want to talk to who I want, when I want.
From here, there, anywhere.
Telos introduces Home Free, the wireless plans you want. Like unlimited calling on our entire network with free long distance and 200 nationwide roaming minutes for just $49.99. So you're home free with Telos.
Okay, so who isn't impressed with the automotive advancements that keep our brakes from locking and our backsides warm? But for the hottest and most impressive technological advancements, visit GoHo Auto Audio. GoHo Auto Audio provides auto enthusiasts with the best car audio, video, and security systems available. With a variety of leading name brands, years of experience, and a growing list of awards, GoHo Auto Audio is a leader in automotive accessories. With 5 locations in Hampton Roads, visit GoHo Auto Audio and hear the difference.
Some people still don't understand Priority Plus, so I'm going to try to explain it a little better. Oil changes and filters.
No charge.
Tire rotations.
Not a cent.
Belts, hoses, and so on.
Nada. 0.
Virginia state inspections for life.
Zilch.
All factory recommended maintenance and service for 2 years or 24,000 miles.
Keep your money.
Priority Plus at Priority Toyota, Chevrolet, and Acura. We put you first.
On every street, in every home, we've given the power to you. The power to choose from hundreds of movies that you can start the moment you're ready and pause the moment you have to. Experience entertainment on demand only on Cox Digital Cable.
My lights were cut off, and then the man fixers over supposed to fix the pole so I can watch my real movie.
That's too cute. Well, Hurricane Isabel blew through Hampton Roads in a matter of hours, but that was long enough to leave hundreds of thousands of people hurting.
Children without food, adults searching for help and hope, the disabled and the elderly without power and feeling forgotten. WAVY News 10's Mary Kay Maloney has their stories of heartache and heartbreak in the wake of the storm.
With no electricity inside, these elderly people have practically been living outside for days.
From daylight till dark, way after dark, till the skeeters runs us in.
They stick close together, huddled around a picnic table, drinking lukewarm coffee cooked on a charcoal grill, dreading the moment the sun goes down.
Hate to go in the apartment in the darkness with our candle and flashlights. I can't talk, but we suffered severely. My name is Bessie Lamb.
Bessie Lamb?
I'm 73.
Bessie Lamb needs electricity to keep her wheelchair charged up.
So I can move around, see. I live by myself here.
So you had trouble getting around?
This is my getting around.
These strong people who cherish their independence, it's tough talking about how much they need help. Mary Hayden is 80 years old. She lives alone. She's diabetic, and after 4 heart bypass surgeries, she now has a pacemaker.
But they don't even care anything about us, do you? They didn't come to check on us or nothing. You don't have much, you know, and my family's away from me.
Well, I'm glad you've got some really good friends here.
Thank God.
And look, this is what they've seen every time they've made the dangerous descent down the stairs to get outside.
The stairway was dark, and I was coming down, and I didn't find the last step, and I tumbled over, and I fell and hurt my arm, and I hurt my knee.
And these elderly people have had frightening emergencies during the power outage, but they don't have phone service.
You had to flag it down like we had to do the other day. Flag somebody was moving out there in the streets.
Sitting under one of the damaged trees and across the neighborhood, these women say it's the same all over the large community of seniors.
No hot water to take a shower. We had to throw out all our food.
They haven't been eating enough to feed one of their little lap dogs.
Jelly, cookies, water.
And even though their air conditioning is out and it gets hot in their apartments, most of them are too scared to open their windows.
They'll close them before it's time to go to bed.
Why?
Well, because they're so afraid somebody's going to break in.
But finally, some help arrived. The Red Cross with hot meals and bottles of water. As they wait their turn for their dinner, they're all praying they don't have to wait much longer before their power is turned back on.
What the worst for? No, I don't know. You can't see, you can't do nothing, you can't do this, and you can't do that.
Right now, the only thing they can do is hope that other people out there will see this and come out to help them through this tough time. And for so many thousands of people, things just kept getting tougher.
Food gone, kids hungry. If they go to school tomorrow, I don't know what they're going to eat, because right about now, I don't have nowhere to put it because my power ain't on. Can you call somebody or tell somebody to call me and find out what's going on? Because in a minute, I'm going to hurt somebody.
Like so many of these people in a Portsmouth line for food stamp replacement, Sabrina Jones has a family to take care of. She has 6 children.
Yeah, and no power. You understand what I'm saying? Can we come stay with you?
In another line, people wait patiently for a hot meal from the Red Cross. How old are you?
5.
You're 5. Are you hungry? You are?
Yeah.
We're serving up mixed fruit and peas and chicken and dumplings.
I saw you open it up and smell it. How does it smell?
It smells good. Wonderful.
So what have you guys been eating all this time?
Very little. It's a good diet. I call it the hurricane diet because it blows.
Well, most of our food is spoiled, but like the leftover, like peanut butter jelly, that's what we eat.
A lot of peanut butter and jelly, huh?
Yeah.
Tired of it? You kind of sick of it?
Yeah.
You hope you never have to eat another peanut butter jelly sandwich the rest of your life?
Yeah.
That hot meal's gonna taste really good, isn't it? You gonna eat it all up? Even your vegetables? The Red Cross disaster trucks stationed all around Hampton Roads stayed day after day until every last person who showed up had a hot meal.
I mean, I never thought I'd be at an American Red Cross for dinner, but I appreciate it. So
it's good.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Good comes out of bad. My mother always told me that. You hear that in the Bible. Out of bad things, good things do, arise. So.
Hurricane Isabel may be trying their patience, but she can't touch their strength and spirit. I'm Mary Kay Maloney, WAVY News 10.
Awful lot of people hurting. That's why we're asking you to get involved to help hurricane victims.
And Carolyn Castleberry is in our studios now with more guests. Carolyn.
Absolutely. 10 on Your Side is raising money for the American Red Cross Disaster Relief Fund, and it will help those hit the very hardest by Isabel. We do have some great news in our last hour. Our total, $215,600. $30. Somebody very happy about that is Joey Rothgary, the Executive Director of American Red Cross of Southeastern Virginia. Very happy indeed, and we have another call from Ford Motor Company.
Ford Motor, we're so excited. Ford Motor Company has contacted us and they've pledged $20,000 to the relief fund, and so we're very thankful for their generosity as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. What is the relief fund? Tell us where this money's going, and does it stay local?
It does. The money we're raising here tonight is for the victims in our community. We have a tremendous Red Cross relief effort underway as we speak, and it has been for over a week now. There are so many people who need hot meals. It's really quite unprecedented. Most disasters, people have power, they may have other needs, but this has been very different for us. And we've actually been escalating it. We've got, here on the south side, we've got 3 kitchens that are just going full steam. We have about 30 mobile feeding units that are out in the communities delivering meals to people who have no power, people whose homes just aren't ready yet for them to be fully operational. So the need is tremendous. We think this community effort and WAVY-TV sponsorship is just fantastic, but the need continues. And
as we've been watching the special, your part has been so integral in all of this. Wherever there's been disaster, it seems the American Red Cross has been there. And the relief effort really does continue. What do you need in order to go forward to rebuild this community?
Well, in terms of the very basic human needs that the Red Cross is here to meet, and that's the food, water, emergency shelter, mental health counseling. This has been tough on a lot of people, especially those who don't have power yet, those whose homes been damaged, that they're not repaired yet. We have a full team of mental health counselors, and we're going to be working with the school systems to get them in there as well, starting next week. So the needs are tremendous. It costs dollars, and so really a financial contribution, it doesn't matter how small it is or large, it helps to make this a better place. It helps us heal together.
Absolutely. Joey Rothgary, thank you so much for all the work you're doing. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
And I hope this helps.
Great.
Okay, and once again, you can get a copy of this special for a $30 or more pledge by credit card. And we do have an address we want to give you, 611 West Brambleton Avenue in Norfolk. That is the American Red Cross of Southeastern Virginia. Once again, your donations go to the Disaster Relief Fund. We'll be back with a final check on our total in just a few moments.
Thanks, Carolyn. You know, Isabel was one of the deadliest hurricanes to hit the Atlantic coast in decades.
The storm is now blamed for more than 40 deaths, 27 in Virginia, 4 in North Carolina.
Here's a short tribute to those who died.
Presenting the spirit of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a time of sharing. Food Lion is sharing a gift with shoppers. A free turkey dinner. Clip this card from your Food Lion flyer. Use it with your MVP card. Spend $35 each trip and get a free turkey dinner ticket. Redeem 6 weekly tickets and get a $20 gift certificate good for your free turkey dinner. We have a lot to be thankful for. Especially a free turkey dinner!
Any way you want it, the way you need it, any way you want it.
Time is running out to get incredible deals during the 2003 Ford Authorized Clearance. Like 0% for 6 full years. Or choose up to $6,250 cash back on Explorer and Expedition. Plus, current Explorer owners get an additional $1,000. That's up to $7,250 cash back on Explorer. But hurry, the 2003 Ford Authorized Clearance ends September 30th.
My credit union is improving the way I live. My credit union is making my life easier.
My credit union helped me buy a boat and a little something to pull it with.
My credit union is growing with me.
First Advantage Federal Credit Union. Make our credit union yours.
This weekend, Haynes steps up to the plate with by far the biggest offer ever made in home furnishings. No money down, free delivery, and for the first time ever, no interest till 2006. All furniture, all carpet and rugs, all mattresses. This weekend, Virginia, you deserve to save more money than any customer ever has. Get everything you want with no money down, then we'll deliver it all for free, and then no interest for the next 2.5 years. No interest till 2006. This weekend at Haynes.
You won't find the best deal on a new Dodge minivan here. You'll find it here. Their ad is our ad. Bring us the lowest price from any newspaper in the country. We'll beat the price or give you $100. Virginia's best prices and biggest selection of new Dodge vehicles. And great prices on used cars and trucks. Virginia Beach Dodge and Greenbrier Dodge, where their ad is our ad.
When I walked in the front door, I smelled bark, so I knew that it came through the house, but it wasn't as bad as we thought it was, so. And I'll get a new washing machine dryer, so that's a good thing.
This area had already had a record amount of rainfall before Isabel, so the trees really didn't stand a chance. Their roots were already loosened.
When the winds picked up, hundreds of trees toppled over. WAVY News 10's Stephanie Harris shows us some of the damage, as well as who's responsible for cleaning them up.
It's not often you see a storm powerful enough to split a pecan tree, but Isabel did it hundreds of times, ripping trees from the ground at their roots, in some cases pulling pavement up with them. This tree in Hampton fell right in front of Bobby Bowser's eyes.
The tree began to lean, right? And man, the tree began to lean, and it just went, and it went all the way down, man. It just lit out of the ground, whoosh, like it wasn't nothing, man.
It missed all but the fence. Others weren't as lucky.
Feels like a bad nightmare that I can't get out of.
This tree cut through Cheryl Cresto's Norfolk trailer like a knife through butter.
I couldn't believe it. You know, I thought, there's no way. You know, we put so much into this, and then, you know, we thought it was a joke. You know, we were hoping to come back to a home.
At least she left home during the storm. Miss Johnson was all alone in her house when the tree started to fall.
I panicked. I went bananas. I went crazy.
A tree fell across her front door, trapping her inside until a neighbor cut her out the next day.
I prayed, and I talked to my dog, and I tried to read until it got too dark, but I was a total wreck. I know how people in jail feel now. I really do.
Freeing this Elizabeth City home will be no easy task. Too many trees to count are piled on it. Portsmouth may have more trees on homes than any other city. Officials there say 5,000 homes have severe damage. In Newport News, 102 houses are condemned. And Hampton says it has enough tree debris to fill 55 football fields 9 feet high. The devastation is tremendous, the cleanup gargantuan. And who's responsible for it all? Insurance agents say if it's on your property,
you're responsible.
Even if the tree falls from your neighbor's yard or a city street,
you're responsible. Wherever the tree lands, basically.
Sarah Watson can't believe her insurance will have to pay for what a city tree did to her home and car.
I don't think it's fair. My insurance policy went up $100 this year. It may go up a couple hundred next year. And I'm on a fixed income.
Actually, she's getting more help from her city than some. Norfolk is paying for this crane to take the tree off her house and 81 others. But most are left to foot the bill themselves, and some are getting price gouged. Norfolk City Forester David Siver couldn't believe how one couple got duped.
They initially had quoted a price of $7,900 to remove the tree, then later said that there was more work involved than they originally anticipated, and then had increased the price to $18,000, which is extremely excessive.
Siver says removing one large tree should cost no more than $3,000, and he suggests you get 3 estimates before hiring a tree service. But that can take a while, and With trees like these down absolutely everywhere, people are in a big hurry to get them cleaned up, especially off their homes and off their streets. Now, the problem is people are picking up chainsaws like this. They've rarely used them before or never used them before, and that's when they get hurt.
I'm a religious man, so I can't say what it feels like, but it hurts pretty bad.
Jonathan Hancock and his dad thought they had things under control.
We've had a lot of experience in cutting trees down, but never standing on metal buildings while we were doing it.
Now, they advise everyone, leave it to the professionals.
I wouldn't suggest running a chainsaw unless you knew what you're doing, because they don't have any manners.
And impolite chainsaws aren't the only danger. Downed power lines could electrocute or strangle you. And after surviving a storm like Isabel, the last thing you want to do is die or get hurt cleaning up her mess. Stephanie Harris, Wavy News 10.
We're truly blessed.
You say you were blessed. You got a tree in your house.
I don't care. Nobody's hurt.
Get ready to shop happy at a store where big sales on your favorite brands is just the beginning. You'll also find stroller carts for bundles and babies. Your size and style always in stock. Easy checkouts and returns with a smile. Introducing Kohl's, a better way to shop with big brands, great sales, and easy shopping at every turn. Kohl's, shop happy, leave happy. Grand opening October 10th.
Supersize your savings during the Supersize Package Sale at Value City Furniture. Through Sunday, get great prices on a huge assortment of designer bedrooms, like this beautifully crafted 7-piece shaker-style bedroom in solid pine. For just $799, you can enjoy the queen-size headboard, footboard, rails and slats, the double dresser, mirror, and nightstand. Save over $500. Come see all our great bedroom packages during the Supersize Package Sale at Value City Furniture. You just can't do any better.
Pods, pods, pods! Changing the way America moves. You could hassle with old-fashioned truck rental, rush it home and unload it. Hurry, you still need to get gas to return their truck. Or with pods, just call and have a pod delivered to your driveway. Takes several days to load, then call. We'll pick up your pod and deliver it to your new home or our dry and secure warehouse. Whether it's across town or across the country, make the move with Pods.
Call today, 1-888-776-PODS.
Oh.
Yeah. Do me a favor, can you...
Wow.
Men.
At McDonald's, we've got what guys want. Like our delicious McPhilly cheesesteak sandwich with a big ol' icy cold Coke and big ol' fries. McPhilly cheesesteak extra value meal. Come on, guys, smile.
Starting with me, everything in this place is mean and miserable.
Is that a tear in your eye, Private? Do you want your mommy? Are you going to cry?
I'll kick the tradition and chivalry out of you. I suggest you shut your mouth.
I can't hear you!
Nothing is over until we decide it is!
Just one more thing. Don't ever make me mad.
Sweet dreams, ladies! Straight left, right, left, ha!
We also have a naval officer that was a liaison officer at the Hurricane Center in Miami. Their person's, the specific purpose of that person is to act on naval interests as far as the hurricane forecasting.
It takes a lot of work for the Navy to protect its sailors, ships, and the citizens of the nation's largest military community.
Well, during Hurricane Isabel, as always, they were on alert, prepared, ready for anything. But what makes hurricanes different than other threats?
As Patty Culhane explains, sailors aren't sent in to help out. Instead, they're sent to sea and out of harm's way.
It was one fight the military chose to run from. In a day, everything that could leave the Norfolk Naval Base did. A parade of ships heading out to safer seas, a couple dozen that couldn't run left behind, tied up extra tight, its crews told to ride out the storm on water.
Our sailors understand
that their first objective and their reason for existing is to keep these ships safe.
The Air Force took off too. A few days later, it was easy to see why. Just look at this video from Langley Air Force Base. Water up to the buildings, walls blown out, a parking lot that actually had a strong current.
Yes, we really had dolphins in our parking lot.
A day when Air Force took on a whole new meaning. For all the bases, the biggest problem, flooding and fallen trees. Just look at Fort Monroe, underwater. Fort Eustis and Fort Story had more than $6 million in damage. Weeks of repairs lay ahead, but within days, everyone was back in town, runways now clear to land, the ships parading back in. 1,500 National Guardsmen called out to help get by and get through it, a fight that couldn't be won, but can't be forgotten. Patty Culhane, WAVY News 10.
The tree had come down on the roof, okay? I walked out onto the porch to see what was going on. My door got jammed. I was trying to get my door unjammed. And I just got my door unjammed, and the roof dropped, right? I just got in the house, like 2 seconds.
Time is running out to get the best deals on Ford Focus with the 100,000-mile powertrain extended service plan. And get 0% financing for 72 months on Focus. 0% for 72 months means you can own Focus for only $179 a month. But hurry, the powertrain extended service plan and the low monthly payment of $179 both end September 30th.
Don't say no bad words, cause you ain't no puppet shout. Always use good manners when you're eating a sloppy jow. Yeah, go on and on and on and on.
Peace! Mr. Jiggyfly, I have good news.
You enjoyed it then?
No, I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Starting with me, everything in this place is mean and miserable.
Is that a tear in your eye, Private? Do you want your mommy? Are you going to cry?
I'll kick the tradition and chivalry out of you.
I suggest you shut your mouth.
I can't hear you.
Nothing is over until we decide it is.
Just one more thing. Don't ever make me mad.
Sweet dreams, ladies. Straight left, right, left, ha!
Makeup just doesn't seem to cover the wrinkles the way it used to.
My figure just isn't the same since I had my kids.
Hey, baby, do these jeans make me look fat?
Men just don't have these problems. I, on the other hand, understand how you feel because I'm a woman and a mother of 3. I'm also a plastic surgeon, which means I can help you feel better about yourself.
A surgeon's skill, a woman's touch. Call Dr. Lopes, WAVY-TV's plastic surgery expert on your side to schedule your consultation.
Hi, I'm Charles Barker, and I've got a special message for all public service personnel living in Virginia, North Carolina, and Maryland. Because of what you've done and what you continue to do to restore our community, you and your family members can buy a new Toyota car or truck at our invoice price. Plus, we've teamed up with Toyota to get you up to $1,500 cash back, and a special selection of used cars, all priced at wholesale. We just want to say thanks and show our appreciation for a job well done. So stop by Charles Barker Toyota, Alaskan Road, Virginia Beach, before October 1st.
I've never been through a hurricane before, so this is all new to me. It feels like the end of the world. I mean, people are like in tons of people just waiting in line just to get ice. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, the hottest commodity around after Isabel blew through was ice.
With summer-like temperatures and without power, ice was the one thing everyone needed, but it was close to impossible to get. As WAVY News 10's Carrie Matson explains, the hunt for a cold bag of ice sometimes heated up tempers, but also warmed a lot of hearts.
When the skies cleared, millions of people were left without power. That meant no lights, no air conditioning, no refrigerators. On Friday, it was a balmy 87 degrees. Summer-like, but not unbearable. But by Saturday, the hottest thing around...
Ice. Ice.
Yeah, is that all?
That's all we need is ice.
All right.
Just ice. Keep everything cool.
We got little meat I got in the refrigerator. The light's still out. Power's still out.
The few grocery stores with power or generators open their doors to help cool things down. A food line in Portsmouth, a Harris Teeter's here and there. Lines wrapped around the buildings, people standing for hours to save freezers full of food.
How much ice are you going to get?
5 bags. That's all they're allowing you. If I could, I'd get 10.
But bags of ice are in very short supply, nowhere to be found at Hampton Roads.
We're pulling it from Charlotte, from Greensboro, from anywhere we can get ice at this point in the game.
Oh, God bless you.
Y'all gonna have to wait. Y'all gonna have to wait. Okay? All right, Sarah. We'll get you as soon as we can. We got 5 at a time coming in when 5 go out.
Distribution was organized, well planned out to help as many people as possible. But as the temperature neared 90 that weekend, milk was going sour, food was spoiling, and tempers were boiling.
Why are you doing it like this?
No. It's a safety feature.
Safety for who?
For the customer, so we don't want anybody running.
Standing out here burning up in the sun.
Oh, yes, I've got to cussing that guy out because he wanted to buy groceries and he didn't want to wait in line for it.
But for the most part, people were just happy to be helped or to be able to help someone else.
We are giving free ice and water away to the customers in need, and we're doing it because we want to show our gratitude for the great support we've had over the past 7 years that we've been in the Hampton Roads area.
And grocery stores weren't the only companies that wanted to lend a much-needed hand.
We have a group of companies here that decided to do it. Merceline Limited has 120 employees over in Norfolk, and they live in all the communities that we're talking about. We also have APM Terminals, the folks that are here with the truck, and they're based in Portsmouth with people all over the community. HUD Distribution is out in Suffolk. We have folks from all over the different communities in the area, as well as BTT Trucking. So on Saturday, as we were talking with all of our employees, we said, what can we do to help? And they all said, ice.
So employees got on the phone.
And we reached out to ice manufacturers in New Jersey, Savannah, down in Carolinas, and we said, we got trucking companies, we've got a need, let's buy ice and get it here.
HUD Distribution, Maersk Line Limited, APM Terminals, and BTT Trucking got busy. They got truckloads of ice, but what they needed was to know where to take it. That's when 10 on Your Side stepped in, literally.
On that Monday morning, our news director said, we really need to find a truck full of ice. Maybe 20 minutes later, I walked into the parking lot. Someone pulled in, got out of his pickup truck, and said, hey, do you know anybody that needs some ice? I said, how much do you have? He said, how much do you need?
Call it destiny, dumb luck, or just plain coincidence. 10 on Your Side producer Marisa Woodring met APM's Mike Renfro, and within minutes came up with a cool idea to team up to get as much ice to as many people before it started to melt.
Yeah, I need some ice.
With WAVY on board, we started unloading ice in Chesapeake. With the help of police and members of Virginia's Army National Guard, we handed out more than 300 bags at the Liberty Street pickup in South Norfolk on Monday.
It touched my heart. I love it. I love to see people come together. I love it. It means a lot. They're very helpful.
Thank you very much. This is really appreciated.
Then we went to the old Walmart in Chesapeake. We distributed 300 more bags of ice, then went back the next day. Only Tuesday, we were ready for the crowds.
You need 2 ice? Good. All right, you got ice and you got water. You need water? All right, water coming in, you ain't got your ice. Okay?
Loaded up with 5,000 bags of ice, that's almost 40,000 pounds. 10 on Your Side. Employees from Maersk Group, CERT volunteers, other members of Virginia's National Guard, and people who just wanted to help rolled up their sleeves and went to work.
I got a call from another lady at the church. She works at Deep Creek Community Center and was looking for volunteers. And I said, hey, come on and give them a hand. And I'm laid off. I'm not working, so need to help somebody.
All right, we got ice. We need water. Here we go.
Even Maersk Line Limited CEO loaded up trunks and back seats and wished people well.
Yeah, we lost trees, we lost some damage in our neighborhood, but didn't have anything major. But just a few blocks away, people had trees through their roofs. There are people without power just 2 blocks from my house yet, so I feel blessed, and we just want to share some of the blessings.
On Tuesday, even ham radio operators got involved in the event.
This is broadcasting to the Chesapeake EOC and relaying information for Red Cross and Public Services.
And then on Wednesday, the guest of honor, Governor Mark Warner at the Smithfield distribution site. At the governor's request, another truck went to Surrey County on Thursday, another to Gloucester, yet another to Smithfield. In all, thousands of bags of ice, hundreds of thousands of pounds to more than 10 cities in just 5 days. all to help the people of Hampton Roads, all simply to reach out to those in need in our own communities.
It comes from everybody's heart. I mean, we all enjoy doing what we do, and we're helping out a lot of people. We work for a big company that's willing to help everybody out, and it's just part of our job, and we really enjoy doing it.
And we've got volunteers from all these other states working with the electric and the utility companies to get us back online, but unfortunately it's going to take time. And until that time comes, we can't just ignore our neighbors.
How long is this going to go on for?
For as long as we can, if there's a need. We're going to try as long as we can get ice and for as long as there's a need.
Well, in the week following the storm, 10 on your side, APM terminals and the Maersk Group companies distributed 55,000 bags of ice across southeastern Virginia.
That is about 440,000 pounds.
Thank goodness for Farm Fresh. I'm very surprised they're open. Nothing else has been open. So we'll go home, turn on the gas grill,
and cook.
Boil some water, make a little coffee.
Recently, Hall Nissan introduced a new ad campaign. This is it. Hall Nissan, where it's all about price. Now, here are the number of customers who came to Hall Nissan since we began airing our new commercials. And this is the number of customers who didn't like our prices. 0, zip, none, nada. Everybody seemed to like our prices. So either Hall Nissan's prices are that good, or the other area dealers aren't even trying.
Hall Nissan, where it's all about price.
Think about it. For around the cost of a day at the amusement park and a $5 hot dog, you and your entire family could enjoy any of the 15 YMCAs in Hampton Roads. That's swimming, cycling, lifting, running, climbing, playing in Pilates. Oh, and tons more stuff than we have time to mention. And with our pay-the-day joining fee special, well, you just can't beat the value. So what'll it be? $65 for some whirls and twirls? Or something the whole family can enjoy all month long? Pay the day at the YMCA. When will you join?
My credit union is making my life easier. My credit union is improving the way I live.
My credit union is growing with me.
My credit union helped me buy a boat. And a little something to pull it with.
First Advantage Federal Credit Union. Make our credit union yours. Jeep Wrangler owners speak their own language. Oh. Yeah.
Do me a favor, can you...
Wow.
Men.
At McDonald's, we've got what guys want. Like our delicious McPhilly cheesesteak sandwich with a big ol' icy cold Coke and big ol' fries. McPhilly cheesesteak extra value meal. Come on, guys, smile.
No, I had a friend last night. Her power came on at 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon, and I told her I was getting so daggone tired of eating Vienna sausage and sardines and stuff like that. And she said, Earl, do you like fish? I said, I loved it. And so she brought me over some fried whiting fillets and cold hush puppy, cornbread and corn on the cob. And I thought me and my cat thought we'd died on that. We had a hot meal last night.
Wow, after Hurricane Isabel, disaster relief organizations quickly mobilized in Virginia and North Carolina.
While FEMA, the American Red Cross, and the Salvation Army went to work, many of you reached out, lending a helping hand in your own neighborhoods.
It was those actions that touched hearts, saved lives, and made our communities safer and stronger to weather the aftermath of the storm.
The good will come out in most people in situations like this.
This is the second one. We just did this one and the one over there.
You live here?
No, I'm from north of here.
Okay.
Maryland.
Okay. You just visiting friends or family, or?
No, just come to help out.
get on board. I mean, you know, do what you can do to help your employees, help your colleagues, and help your neighbors. It's just giving back something to where we live.
And for 2 days, I cooked for these people out here. What I had left and was still frozen. So I cooked for them and we ate out here.
She just had that pine tree, which is a tall pine. She's got some big pines in the back of her yard, and it fell right across the roof and caved most of her attic in. You know, all the trusses are broke up and knocked a couple big holes in the ceiling, so.
We have a young man up there. He's an attorney. He's helping us out. We've had volunteers from all over the community coming and helping us to distribute, collect shopping carts, that kind of stuff.
I would say try. If you're lucky enough to have power and have everything that you had before the hurricane, give a little something back.
That's what we should be doing, is helping each other, help your neighbor.
I'd say thanks to the people that are volunteering, because they deserve a high mark. And some of the folks that you see working here, I know they don't have power at home yet, but here they are giving something back to the neighborhood.
Yeah, we've been doing the best we can, pulling together and trying to help each other.
Well, when you have a job, you want to do the best you can for your community because you live and work here. And to have the resources in our network to use, it was just a good thing to do.
If you're a betting person, are there going to be 7 boats here come tomorrow night?
I sure hope so. Else we'll have a lot to clean up the next day, won't we?
This is the most powerful offer ever made on new carpet. This weekend at Haynes, 3 complete rooms of brand name carpet, $275. 3 rooms of Berber, 3 rooms of plush, 3 rooms of Saxony, only $275. Even better, Haynes does the measuring free, the padding free, and professionally installs all 3 rooms free. So much carpet, so little money. 3 rooms of carpet, $275. Everything else is free. This weekend, only at Haynes.
If some politicians and insurance companies have their way, they'll place limits on the value of a child's lost ability to run, limits on a worker's lost ability to earn a paycheck, a father's lost ability to pay for his daughter's education, a mom's lost strength to hold her child. For over 200 years, the American jury system has determined the value of life experiences lost. Why would anyone want to change that?
Bright, Drescher, and Improvento. Serious lawyers for serious injuries.
Here's a look at Super Doppler 10. We want to key in on some of these areas.
It's okay, no, it's just a thunderstorm. It'll be over soon. It's going right over.
I'll show you exactly where it is, just south of the Princess Anne Road area. And it's expected to move eastward. As it moves eastward, conditions should improve through the area.
Reassurance when you need it. Super Doppler 10.
Got pine straw? Log on to WAVY.com and ask Starling Guttering how a leaf guard guttering system can eliminate your pine straw problems. Starling Guttering, WAVY-TV's expert on your side.
It's your home. The quality you deserve in a style all your own. At the price you can afford. Haverty's Thomasville Low Price Guarantee. Guaranteed low prices. And now, no payments and no interest for 1 year. There's no need to shop anywhere else. Haverty's.
Where can you find all your seafood favorites in one big combo? Only in the boatload of seafood at Long John Silver's. Mounds of all the seafood you love piled high and deep. Our famous batter-dipped fish and 2 kinds of shrimp. Mouth-watering batter-dipped shrimp and irresistible crunchy shrimp. Get our extra-large combo, overflowing with hush puppies, fries, and a drink for an incredible $3.99. So get all 3 of your Long John Silver's seafood favorites all in one big combo. The boatload of seafood at Long John Silver's. Seafood the way it ought to be.
Hearing all that crashing and banging and stuff flying around and not knowing where it's hitting. No. Next one probably, if it's a 2, I'm boarding it now.
As we near the end of our broadcast, we'd like to remind you that we're trying to raise as much money as we can to help hurricane victims.
Yeah, and Carolyn Castleberry is in our studio now with more. Carolyn?
And it's been very positive for 3 hours now. 10 on your side has shown you the devastation Isabel left behind, but we're also helping to provide hope for the future for those hurt the most by the storm. We've been raising money for the American Red Cross Disaster Relief Fund, and our grand total so far, $239,000. Fantastic. We want to say a special thank you to Household International, also SunTrust Bank, the Walmart Foundation, and Ford Motor Company for their generous donations to the cause. We also want to thank all the volunteers with the Red Cross for their help during our extensive coverage and their help in the future of rebuilding our community. By the way, you can continue to help those in need and receive a copy of this hurricane special on VHS or DVD with a $30 or more credit card donation. You can also continue to send checks to the American Red Cross at 611 West Brambleton Avenue in Norfolk. Their zip code is 23510. Once again, our phone lines here at the studio will be open until midnight. We are extending them. And an important number for you to call, 673-2050. We'll continue to leave that up on the screen. We're extending it because we've gotten so many calls. We realize many of you are getting a busy signal. So we're trying to keep people around a little bit longer.
We just think this has just been a wonderful promotion tonight. We really appreciate WAVY-TV sponsoring us. The need is so great. There's a lot of people in Hampton Roads who need our help, and the Red Cross wants to be there for everyone who needs us.
Absolutely. By the way, Joey Rothgary, again, with the Red Cross joining us. You've been working tirelessly throughout this effort, and as we've been saying, really, this is just the beginning of rebuilding.
It is the beginning. This is going to take a long time. There are folks who are still looking for the basic emergency needs, but it's going to take a while for this community to get back on its feet, and the Red Cross wants to be there, and it's going to take financial donations from the public to make that possible.
Are you surprised by how many people are calling?
Absolutely. It's a wonderful, very heartwarming response. I think it just goes to show just how much people in this community care for each other.
Absolutely. Thanks for all your work as well.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Joey, and back to you, Alvita and Les.
All right, Carolyn. Now, if you lost power during the storm, as most people did, you could still listen to Wavy News 10 thanks to several of our partners.
And we'd, of course, like to thank WNOR, FM 99, WAFX 106.9, The Fox, 103 Jams, 92.1, The Beat, 105.3, The Vibe, and Smooth Jazz 107.7. And we'd especially like to thank FM 99 for putting together the song you're about to hear.
It's Rock You Like a Hurricane, Wavy News 10 style. Thank you for watching.
Good night.
We're out here at Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina. This area is completely washed out right here. You can see how the concrete is lifted up.
Isabel is just picking things up and whipping it right at people and myself.
Just to give you a feel, the storm hasn't even completely gotten here yet, and we're starting to see these intense winds.
But the pier is breaking apart. Trees are starting to come down.
I've got to get out of here.
It is getting more intense. You can see the foam of the ocean. Ow.
As the waves keep pushing in, they push in more. To look out!
The wind is intense.
Rock you like a hurricane.
The rain is very intense.
Here I am.
Everything is just very intense.
Rock you like a hurricane.
The Cape Hatteras Motel devastated by the hurricane. I'm looking at units that have been demolished on the ground floor, just littered with washers and dryers and air conditioning units and mattresses that have just been strewn everywhere. And there's broken windows, and the surf was so powerful that it came into the unit and then went out the back of the unit and took everything with it.
And the harbor center is coming apart. The one big piece that was holding on for so long now is actually just torn now into about 3 pieces. The thing is beyond saving.
We're seeing about 15, 20-foot seas. I think I'm about to get hit by sea spray over here. Yeah, and it doesn't taste good either. The water is starting to come up. All of that sand is covered in water now. That's 300 feet of sand covered in water.
All the porta potties at all the construction sites have tipped over as well. I hope nobody went inside.
3 people in the water, 2 people ankle deep, and actually a guy going, this is not good.
A word of advice to everyone who waited for year-end Toyota clearance savings. Now, because Toyota time savings end in just 4 days. Go now, while there's still time for final clearance savings on thousands of Toyotas, Camry sedans, full-size Tundras, tough Tacomas, gas thrifty RAV4s. There's up to $1,500 cash back from Toyota or low APR financing. Every Toyota is year-end clearance price to sell now, but it ends in just 4 days. Don't wait.
Hi, I'm Tom Joyner of the Tom Joyner Morning Show, and... Hello?
Hey, player!
What, J. Anthony Brown? I'm busy right now.
I'm coming over to be in your commercial. I want to murder a hit.
Jay, you're already killing this commercial.
Vibe 105.3, home of the Tom Joyner Morning Show.
Hey, Tom, open up.
Jay, what are you doing here?
I want to murder a hit. A player. I'll call you later. Collect.
Vibe 105.3.
We want you to buy from a Freedom dealership. Your business is valuable. Absolutely. Price is certainly a big factor in everybody's buying decision.
Price is very important, but you can give quality service with a quality price and still do it in a professional manner so that those people keep coming back.
Do you get the Freedom service? Do you get the Freedom experience? Do you get that salesperson that's going to be there from the beginning to the end?
After you sell somebody a car, you have to provide a service. And that's the way it is at Freedom.
Get all the information you need on Hurricane Isabel from WAVY.com.